and welcome to another episode of Fun Football Podcast. We are going to be covering NFL free agency today. We're going to hit as many divisions as we can. I am Isaac. I got my co-host Med here, who's got his former co-host Seth here. It's the co-host stream. I love it.
Great to be back.
And I love the Nerdcadia stands. You've got your first show out too, man. But this is going to be a fun episode. It's been a weird free agency for a lot of teams. I'm excited to break it down. I think it's going to be an absolute blast. We're going to probably start with the NFC North, and then Seth's team is the Atlanta Falcons, so we're going to kick it to the NFC South. We've got lots of awesome plans. Sorry, I was on a little break. The NFL goes on their break. I like to take a break around then. But, Ned, how you feeling, man?
I could be better, but I'm doing all right. What can I say? I got my buddy here, Seth, with me, and it's just been a minute since the last time. It's been about a year since we stopped shots from the sidelines. But, yeah, no, this is something that I reached out to him after me and you talked about it, and he is more than excited to come on and spill some ball.
Absolutely. I'm honored to be back in the saddle.
Awesome, man. Very cool. All right, let's get going. This is going to be great. Okay, so Ned, I think in honor, I'm going to let you pick because I didn't come with what I was supposed to. So if you want to talk about your lovely team first, or if you want to start with mine, because I know you've lots of thoughts on them too. We've talked about in the car, and I don't disagree. I don't think the Packers have had the best free agency. Or do you want to start with the Vikings who got Kyler Murray, or the Lions? Where do you want to start in the NFC North with our free agency grades? Your pick, man.
So I'm going to go ahead and just say, like, the most interesting team to me right now, and I'm going to say it's the Detroit Lions with a lot of the moves that they have actually made. You look at what they actually brought back in. They lost David Montgomery, which is a huge hurt for them. And, I mean, it was after he just joked about the fact of actually being up for a trade. And so they get rid of him, and then they get Isaiah Pacheco to kind of fill in his role. They did tend to do some other moves that I like. I like Decade Mays, but overall, I mean, this is a team that is, in my opinion, on a little bit of a decline right now. They did re-sign a couple other players, Malcolm Rodriguez, who I'm a big fan of, and Rock Ya-Sin also came back after playing a pretty decent last year. So as far as the Detroit Lions are going, I think I had them as a C+. I mean, there was nothing that was truly earth-shattering. They got Tyler Conklin, who was a decent tight end of the New York Jets, and Teddy Bridgewater is coming back to back up Jared Goff. But
I thought he was coaching high school.
He probably was. So
I love the name Rock Ya-Sin. That's a fun name. The Montgomery loss is a big one. Like, Pacheco, unless he regains his form, that's a downgrade. You know what I mean?
I agree with that little downgrade. I mean, Pacheco 3 years ago, I think everybody was kind of excited about him, but the last couple of years, it's just been rough sledding for him.
Looks like a Marion
you also
Barber.
Look at the way that he runs. Exactly, he's like another version of Marion Barber. And I mean, just the fact that with how he actually runs the ball, he's a very heads up. Takes the full brunt of a hit into his chest. I mean, it eventually it's going to just break him down.
Yeah, Montgomery was a good change of pace back, to pair with Gibbs. So I definitely agree. It took a little step down there. I did like the Cade Mays signing. Cade stepped in, I think, at center last year for the Panthers and did an admirable job. I don't think he's given up a sack since he's entered the league. I could be wrong. Might be one, but he's a solid player. And since Ragnow retired, what was it, last year? They really needed a center, a guy that they could have for an anchor.
I agree.
And it sucks. They gave the one side look up. I'm looking at Clutch Points, who I follow on Twitter as well. They gave him a D+, which I'm not sure is entirely fair, but they gave the Packers a D+ as well. But losing Anzalone hurts, and losing Pacheco or getting Pacheco, that's just a downgrade. But I'm concerned about this defense. They took a big step back last year, and that's been their Achilles heel the last couple of years. Especially last year. I mean, that was really when they – but the year before when they had all those injuries at the end of the season too, they just can't keep the defense healthy, and it hasn't fully gelled. It's been a work in progress. And since they lost Aaron Glenn, it's just been a problem.
Yeah.
I
mean, this
see
time
them.
last year, I mean, we just all thought, I know me and
Yeah.
Matt thought the Lions are about to go on a run.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm wondering if they're third or fourth in the NFC North right now. Like, no joke.
yeah,
Like, I don't know about my team, but they are getting some key pieces back. I think Meds Bears are on top in the division, but the Vikings just got Kyler Murray, who, if either he brings out the best in JJ McCarthy or he has a resurgent season, then you finally have competent quarterback play. And that was the one thing holding that team back. But they did lose a lot on defense. But before we pivot to the Vikings, so do you guys both, Seth, you said it, do you guys both think the Lions took a step back this offseason so
Definitely.
far?
I mean, I would give them a C. They definitely didn't take a step forward. You know, I mean,
That's what I'm thinking too.
you know, a few depth pieces here and there. I just think they're spending so much on offense. You know, you can't really spend much on defense. Kind of like the Bengals. You know, you just have so much money tied up over there.
Yeah, it's tough when you're I mean, yeah, you nailed the Bengals. You're just not investing, or the Cowboys. You're not allocating any resources towards, or very little towards, the defense.
Yeah.
You got to spend some money on that side of the ball at some point. And outside of what's his face, Hutchinson, they haven't really ponied up on the defensive side of the ball at all.
Yeah, I mean, they've hit on some draft picks, you know, on defense, but they haven't really thrown any money at free agents on that side of the ball.
And at one time, I mean, you listen to what was going on with the Max Crosby stuff that was happening at the very beginning. They were actually one of the teams that were being mentioned in the forefront as the team that was going to go after him. And then it just cooled off like that. So,
Yep. And by the way, Twitter's working, so I don't have to. There was like this stupid StreamYard thing, but it's live on there. Woo! Back on Twitter. I gotta tag your Twitter. I'll tag it in a second. Let's do the right thing. Let's talk about the Vikings. Kyler Murray comes in because this is a really interesting team. I hinted at it. What do you guys think of them? Do you think that was the right move? I mean, for the money. And I made a short about it. I think I put it up on YouTube. For the money, getting him at 1.3 mil, that's pretty outstanding. Just for the value of the deal. I'm not a big Kyler Murray guy, but because the Cardinals are paying him so much, that's a coup. What do you make of the rest of their offseason, guys? What are you thinking?
You go ahead, go first, bud.
I mean, that move alone, we talked about that move compared to Tua for roughly the same money. I mean, it's just a tremendous move, just in case McCarthy's not ready or McCarthy's not the guy. I mean, we don't know. We haven't seen enough. You know, it was very inconsistent when he played last year. But at least with Murray, you know he's going to be able to get the ball to your best receiver. You have Addison out there, Jefferson, who had a down year. I mean, that move alone, I would give him a B just for that.
I agree. And they brought Aaron Jones back, who I was kind of hoping the Packers would go after. But they brought Aaron Jones back on a really cheap deal. And I'm still wondering if the guy has one more season. They lost Hargrave, who actually was really good last year. Allen was a bust. Harrison Smith is a locker room leader for them. So that one sucks.
Yeah.
They didn't lose much else, though. So to bring in a QB that could be competent and either get the best out of JJ, who I don't know if he's ready, or give him another year to learn, which might be the best thing for him, and maybe then he can develop. That could be great. Med, what are your thoughts on this one? Because we have I know me and you both have thoughts on Kyler Murray.
Well, I mean, I think that the Kyler Murray thing, yes, definitely helps him out. I mean, we saw what happened after, Sam Darnold left last year and JJ McCarthy just flopped like with nobody's business. And it was just something we kind of foretold in the beginning. There's going to be a lot more rollouts and stuff like that. Yeah, it can't help it that your quarterback is 5'3", but it is what it is. And he does have a lot of talent. There's a reason why he was a number one overall pick a few years ago. I think he's going to fit in there pretty seamlessly until the next Call of Duty comes out, and then we'll see what happens. But he's got a team around him, and really and truthfully, when the Cardinals actually did have a team around him, it was pretty good. Hey, Waffles. And you're about to see my cat.
Waffles
wow.
time! Oh, Waffles stealing the camera. I love it.
Yep.
Stealing the
Still in the show
show.
over here.
What are you doing, Waffles? There you
That's
go.
what my dog would be
Look at
doing,
his
but she's
butt.
Yeah,
my dog's
I'm
still
not-
chewing her bone. So
I'm not
there's
really
my
that
dad.
excited about
Okay.
bringing Aaron Jones back. I mean, the guy's what 31 now, 30, 31.
Yeah, no, he's definitely on the far end of his
Injured
career.
most of last year, and he does still run hard. I mean,
He
he's
averaged
a solid
4.3. He still averaged 4.3 as a 31-year-old.
yeah,
That's not bad.
yeah, which is
Like,
pretty
I
good.
still wonder if he's got juice paired with Mason, I think in a complementary role. I didn't see that he lost a lot of burst because usually you see it. And I wasn't like, peak Aaron Jones and he is injury prone,
Mhm.
but he's still a weapon when he's healthy. I mean, I could be wrong. He could just, but yeah, I agree. Janae's going to hate that. We're going to get on Rashawn Gary in a minute, but I have thoughts on that one. So, okay. So the Lions either stayed the same or went down a little bit. I think we both can agree. Do we all agree the Vikings improved? I'm seeing that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with solid quarterback play last year, I mean they're a playoff team easily.
That's
This
right,
is a
he
good-
does. Waffles
this-
is the man. No, me personally, I look at what they lost on defense as well, and you look at Jonathan Allen is now gone, Javon Hargrave is gone, Tomlinson is gone. They lost a lot up in the front, and that is the best thing you do. Waffles, just be up there, and they just I really know that they really got better on their offensive side with Kyler Murray, but I really want to see what happens with them on the defensive side of the ball. What are they going to do when they're not able to actually put that pressure in or stop the run? Hell, they couldn't stop a Colt 2 years ago with that talent that they had. So we'll see what happens.
I agree. I would still give him a bump up because of getting Kyler Murray for that cheap, but you're right. Yeah, I'm going B minus. Just because if that hits on a $1 million deal, that's like the best. It's the most important position in football, and you got it for 1.3 mil. Now, what if he starts the first half of the season, fades, and then JJ comes in because he got to sit 10 games? That could actually be a best case scenario because you get Kyler Murray for the beginning of the season, and JJ can sit, watch the game, and it might be he may have the talent. He did not look ready last year. But he showed some flashes, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
This could be this just could be to motivate him. It could be like, hey, yo, we're bringing competition in. You got to improve. I don't know if he has it, but we'll find out.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with competition. I mean,
and
depth is a good thing.
And we talked about it before the show. The Vikings, that is the freaking landing spot, at least for offense. Now you're in a tough division, but those weapons, there's that was the best landing spot for any quarterback. So there you go. If Kyler Murray can't make it work there, he probably can't make it work anywhere. So
that's true.
So let's see how he plays. Call of Duty comes out mid to late October. So let's see how his stats look after Halloween. All right, we're 13 minutes in. We got a
pick up.
Hey, Sports SP, I like it. The Green Bay Packers. What are you doing? I knew they were gonna have to cut some guys because they were so far over the cap after paying Micah. And I know Janae is gonna be ticked at the Gary thing. Nay, we didn't cut Gary. We traded him. They had to shed salary. I kind of wish we'd kept him, but he's a good but not great player. That one's going to be hard to replace, but it's time to find out if Van Ness can start. I don't know, man. It's just they lost a lot of talent. The more I keep trying to talk myself into it, I think they can overcome a lot of it. But like we start getting down a list here. Malik Willis is a tough loss. You lost your backup running back. That one I think is replaceable. You lost Dubs. We have depth at receiver, but that's another loss. We lost our left tackle. Good but not great player. We cut our all-pro guard that we were trying to start at center. Good news is you have Tucker Kraft coming back. On the defensive side of the ball, you traded Wooden, your best defensive tackle. We do have Wyatt coming back, but then we lost Quay Walker, traded for Zaire Franklin. Lost Nagabre, that hurts. Cut Gary. It's starting to be a long list. I wasn't even remotely upset about cutting the corner that never played, Hobbs. We've got a lot of youth, we've got a lot of depth, but that's a lot of guys to lose. I think we definitely got worse though. I like the Hargrave signing. I think that could be a good stopgap, and I like Zaire Franklin. Those were good moves, but they're going to have to hit a lot of good stuff in this draft. I'm going C minus. That's being nice. Med, what are your thoughts? Or
Well,
Seth, anybody? I don't care. Whoever.
No, I mean, you look at the fact that you went out and got another number one receiver and Sky Moore. It's just amazing how y'all do this. Last year you had McCole Hardman. He wasn't good enough. You go out, you get Sky Moore.
Oh God, I knew you were going to lead with that. I knew you were going to lead with the Sky Moore
in the receiver department. I like Zaire Franklin. I mean, you're talking about the guy that led tackles for the Colts. And, we kind of like scratched our heads about the Benjamin St. Just signing. I mean, he didn't really do much over in the, with Los Angeles, but here he is now getting, $10 million. Javon Hargrave, how much does he have left in the tank is really a big question for me. He's getting up there in age. I think he's in his early 30s right now. So
33.
Yeah. I mean,
33, yeah.
Which is ancient in the NFL. But I think y'all lost too much, dude. And,
I do too.
You look at some of the players that y'all did lose. Yeah, there's some that were like, but I think Quay Walker, his best football is still ahead of him. I think that, some of the other players that have actually come in, I just think y'all lost too much. And I'm going to match your C minus on this.
Yeah, because the linebacker spot, they've got some depth there. They got Hopper they can throw in. Van Ness could replace at Gary. Inagabre is tough, but hopefully they drafted a defensive guy last year. Wyatt is coming back. They signed Hargrave to replace Wooden. I don't know if they're going to do a backup QB. We re-signed our other backup running back. You've got depth at receiver. So I'm like, I can talk myself into it, but Micah's going to have to come back healthy quick. Wyatt and Tucker Kraft are going to have to be impact players for this to work. It's possible. I still think we're probably the second best team in the NFC North. I would still rank us ahead of Detroit, who I don't believe in, and Minnesota's going to start 6-2 and finish 3-6. So,
yeah, I think you guys are being a little harsh. I mean,
yeah,
the Packers have drafted well enough, to shed some of these guys. I mean, yeah, they're solid guys, but you had to give her some salary, and you got guys just waiting in the wings to step in. I mean, talking about Tucker Kraft, last year he was on the verge of stardom before he went down.
Oh, yeah.
You got Reed coming back, who was out most of the year last year.
Reed was too. That's true. We've got a lot of
receiver. You drafted Golden.
Yep.
So
they're even better at receiver now.
Yeah. I mean, I know just looking, when you're just looking at the signings and guys you lost, obviously you lost more than you brought in. But I just think that like Seattle, they're just talented enough and they've drafted well enough to recover from that.
Hey, Peter, remind me, what did the Bears do this season? This offseason?
2 out of 3 times.
No. What have you all done this offseason? Did you get a pass rusher? Did you guys pick up some stuff on defense? I don't think so. I don't think the Bears have done much either. Their offseason's been. Have they really improved?
I do think they'll miss Quay Walker. Like Med was saying, he's still in his prime. He's not a Pro Bowl player, but he's a good, solid player.
Mm-hmm.
Franklin is similar, but he's probably a more sound tackler.
Mm-hmm.
Our run defense might improve. I don't know about our pass D, but
isn't
we've been
he
playing,
also older?
He is 3 years older, but he was the tackling leader last year. And Hargrave actually made the Pro Bowl in 21 and 23, and he was pretty solid with Minnesota last year. He had 3.5 sacks as defensive tackle. That's not bad at all. His pass rush grade was pretty good. It depends on. The good thing is Franklin's only 29, so he's only 3 years older than Quay. The problem is, I thought Quay, once we brought in Micah, you really saw the best out of him this last season, and I would have liked to have seen more. But I think Micah brought the best out of a lot of guys on that defense. Like, Med, the defense was that was the one game we beat y'all. But the defense was way better when he was in, so it's going to be interesting.
To me, it's kind of neck and neck, Bears and Packers. I mean, they're both so young and so talented.
That's where I'm thinking. I think it's the draft could make the difference, and it's going to really come down to coaching and Jordan Love and versus Caleb. We're gonna see what happens. What's up, man? I'm gonna be nice about your Chiefs. I like the Kenneth Walker pickup, by the way. That was a good one.
One thing I'm worried about before we move on from the Packers, though, is Desmond Ridder really the backup right now?
God, I hope not. They're actually trying.
As a Falcons fan, I don't wish that for you. They got to improve there, which they might do that in the draft. I don't know.
They're rumored for Anthony Richardson, which is a really
an improvement over Ridder.
You know what's funny is I actually kind of like it. What if
you won't once you get it?
Hold on, but Malik Willis was this much maligned QB. We brought him in. He worked on his game. We worked with him, and then look how good he looked. Is there a chance Richardson could do that? He is very athletic. What if they worked on his mechanics?
No,
he doesn't look like a quarterback to me, but I didn't think Malik Willis did either. Do you see any chance there, Med? Or
no?
Hey, man, if we can fix Anthony Richardson, we can fix anybody. I like how you type in the comments.
Yeah.
Dude, wait. When we traded for Malik Willis, did you think he'd look this good?
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't really have much
either.
hope for Malik Willis too, and I think he's basically getting thrown out to the wolves after what Dolphins did. But we'll talk about that later.
True. All right, Bears time. What'd y'all do? Did you sign people?
We did sign people.
Who'd you sign?
We signed a lot of people. I don't understand why we signed some of these people, but you know what? It is what it is.
I know. What are y'all doing?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know what you're doing.
I get what Garrett Bradbury, why he was brought in, fifth round pick for a starting tight center. I think that was really good, especially after the fact that Dahlman kind of surprised everyone by just retiring like that.
That was shocking.
Yeah. I like the fact that they brought Case Keenum back as the backup quarterback. I don't know why I'm thinking receiver right now. I think it's because I'm sitting there thinking that we need another pass rusher, and then we settle on Contavious Street, who has had 10.5 sacks over an 8-year career. I mean, it's not exactly – we're not chopping wood. But I do like some of the other pickups, especially in the secondary. Kobe Bryant was definitely a hot shot back in the day, and then he was also with the Rams. So we did get, in my opinion, an upgrade in the secondary as far as that goes. Brisker gone, Beinard gone. Basically, we got all those players rolled up into one, and I think that is a huge thing. I did like the fact that we also brought back DeMarco Jackson. He played well when Tremaine Edmonds was hurt. Devin Bush kind of makes me scratch his head because anytime he goes for a tackle, it could be a hit, it could be a miss. It doesn't matter. It's going to be entertaining one way or the other because it's Devin Bush. So
they gave some harsh grades. They gave y'all a D+ too.
I actually
lost Brisker,
feel
you lost
like
Gardner
right
Johnson,
there
you lost Moore, you lost Edmonds. I'm gonna go C- because I feel like you guys did get slightly worse, but I understand it. Oh, there's Amy.
Say hi, Amy. My wife.
Yes. I understand some of the moves. It's kind of like my team. Some of the guys I wasn't that upset about losing, but you did lose a decent amount, but I think you guys needed to overhaul your defense. So I get it. I understand it. It's just
no, I understand why.
Before the draft, this is gonna look better probably if he doesn't butcher it. This will look better after the draft for you guys. You have more capital than we do too. So you have a leg up because you have that second round pick, and my team doesn't even have a first round pick. So
well, we also got to wonder what we're going to be able to do with $1.4 million in our salary cap right now. So, I mean,
hey, you could go get a Kyler Murray for 1.3. You veteran, yeah, you're gonna have to free up some more money. You absolutely have to.
What you got on this, Seth?
I'm kind of right there with y'all. I mean, C- sounds about right. You took a little step back. Just like the Packers, they have so many young players just waiting their turn. You kind of had to get rid of some of those guys, let them go. I mean, the DJ Moore trade, I don't hate it. You're fine at receiver. You're
Agreed.
More than fine. Burden looks like he's going to be a star. Dunze, hopefully you'll see the beginning of the season version of him and not the end of the season. But that give it what a second round pick for DJ.
They
Yes.
got the 60th pick,
second round.
late second. I think it
Yeah,
was 60.
so I don't hate that one. That's
Oh,
fine.
that's a good.
So
That's a good move.
I mean, defensively, as long as you improve slightly, I mean, you're
That's my
for a
buddy.
season.
That's my best bud. He's like you, Med, in Arizona, and he was super happy the Cardinals lost Kyler Murray, and I was happy for them. It was a celebratory day in Arizona.
I'm not a huge Collar fan either, but just
No,
compared
no.
to JJ McCarthy last year,
Yeah.
I mean, they got to have somebody that can get the ball to JJ and Addison. It's just.
I mean, shit. Throw me out there. I'll try it. Like, damn, man. It's just get some competent play at QB. That's all you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So far, we're not looking good on these grades right now.
No, not
But
yet.
the
Once we
the
get to
NFC
Atlanta.
Well, we got one more NFC North team, right?
No, that's
Was
all.
that it?
That
Oh.
is
So they
all.
all had losing
Oh,
grades,
wow.
but that kind of makes sense. That's kind of the offseason they had. Okay. And pitch, we will hit your Chiefs, who I like the Walker signing. I don't like much else though, just in all honesty, dude. You guys lost a lot. Like that you brought Travis Kelce back, but hey, breakdown. Kyler's better than McCarthy for 1.3. Hey, they got Dave. They got him for $1 million.
Yeah,
You guys
it's a
are
no
paying.
lose situation.
You're paying most of his salary to go play for
Yeah.
somebody else. That's what you think of him.
I
So,
brought him back.
Yeah, we're like this.
okay, let's do Seth's team. You ready, or do you want to start with the Panthers?
Oh, we'll do Seth.
Tua, turn the ball over.
Yeah,
To
yeah. I
compete
mean,
with Michael Penix. I love these moves, man. This is good
it's
stuff.
kind of a desperation move, but I'm kind of at this point, just nothing surprises me. We finally found a defensive end, a rusher that
I did.
looks promising, and now he might never play it for us again. So nothing shocks me. But I mean, with the
Oh,
Penix
God,
deal,
no,
they picked up
no.
another quarterback that's similar style as far as his throwing motion and everything, lefty. So hopefully, when he does come back, the receivers will at least be used to some, lefty passing. But I mean, they lost a lot though. I mean, Caden Ellis, losing him to a rival like the Saints, he was probably our best linebacker last year or the last couple of years. Tyler Algier, there goes your depth at running back. He heads out to the Cardinals. David Onyemata, I thought he was really solid on the defensive line. Lost him. So, I mean, really, they didn't pick up anybody of note. Like Aziz El-Ajari, is that his name? From the Eagles?
He's with Giants.
Well, he used to be with the Giants. I think he had a cup of coffee with the Eagles. So I'm going to have to go F on the Falcons, even though I'm a fan. It just
F for fan.
Yeah, there's just not much to cheer about right now. And you don't have a number one pick either. You traded that for the guy that got arrested. So it's just
You went F. They gave you all actually a higher grade than us, a C- because you got out of Kirk Cousins, but you lost Darnell Mooney. You lost Leonard Floyd. That sucks. You lost Caden Ellis. You lost Algier, who he's a good backup.
Yeah,
you
solid
picked up
backup.
Zacchaeus, man. That's a big signing. Austin Hooper.
We already had those guys.
Jahan Dotson. This is some. I don't know where
It's
they
just
got
a
on the
bunch
C-
of-
grade. I think maybe it's because they're thinking maybe Tua can. Oh, that's a good question. We'll hit that in 2 seconds.
For the money, just like with Murray, it's not really, you're not losing anything. You got somebody that's at least going to be competent maybe until Penix gets back. I mean, obviously he's not going to win you many games, but I do think bringing Nick Folk in as the kicker kind of cleans that up a little bit. They went through a kind of revolving door last year at kicker. So at least if you get a chance to kick any field goals,
I
you got
thought
somebody
Kurt was
that can
going to
make
be there forever, though.
I think this grade, unfortunately, really comes down to your feelings about Tua because how he looked last year. If he looks like that, I would give it an F. If he looks a little better, this can get to a C-ish range. I'm a little surprised it's a higher grade than some of the Bears because you guys did lose a lot. So I don't.
Yeah, I mean, if they're taking, I guess,
of
your
these teams-
financial status into play, they did improve their cap situation a little bit, getting rid of some of
They
these
did.
guys.
And they got
but,
out of Kirk Cousins, who
yeah, as far as the overall
What's that?
roster, I feel like you really step, way back, which that division's already pretty bad, but now you're probably the worst of the four.
it was a
And
weird
what-
move too with Kirk because he did look better at the end of last year, but I still think they were like, we just got to move on.
Yeah, this is
Well, he's almost 40.
one of the worst contracts ever given out to a player.
with an
Buffalo.
ACL tear. I mean,
They franchised Kyle Pitts, but I mean, Kyle Pitts basically blew up at the end of the season.
On one game. You paid him. You gave him a franchise tag because of one game.
You had like 4 mediocre seasons, and then the end of the season, he played good. Finally.
Oh, he's the Messiah.
What I love was, yeah, they did do that. You gotta give it up. Like, we need to like start having some awards on this show. You gotta give it up to Kirk Cousins' agent. That guy is a winner. Whoever Kirk
Well, he
Cousins'
definitely
agent
can
is,
retire now.
Yeah.
congratulations, buddy.
To get like 10% of the overall contract. I mean, he made bank the last 2 contracts. I mean,
Oh man,
good
Give
for
your team
you.
money.
Go to
Oh.
like Thailand, get you a nice lady boy, and just retire and look at the sunsets.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't play again, I do think he'll be a good commentator. I think he has a good voice and look for calling games or some studio work, perhaps.
Man, I'm sorry. You had more on this. I apologize.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. No, I mean the one thing that I think that's going to hurt him the most is, like you kind of said, Caden Ellis, just an exceptional middle linebacker, and with the way he's actually able to move and everything. There are some other players I did like Samson Ikabukum. I think that's a solid pickup as an edge rusher, and you also got Zacchaeus, which was someone that I liked, and I wish the Bears would have kept.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can't get everything you want. That's why you have Tua.
Well, we'll see.
Hey, he's right. Daniel Jones's agent to get another $40 million plus deal. Now, he did look great last year, but the fact that the Colts paid it, we need to hit that one.
We definitely will.
It may be the same agent. We need to look.
We
into
might just
that.
need to hit some of the big teams after this because we're already 30 minutes in. But you know what? I still maintain really quick on the Falcons. I still think this, if you could get the right coach in there with those weapons with Bajan, I still think it's a good landing spot. Seth, do you guys agree with that? Like, you still have Drake London, you got Kyle Pitts, and you got Bajan Robinson. That's 3 things that a lot of teams don't have. You got a really talented tight end, talented receiver, and maybe the best running back in the league. Not a lot of teams can say that. It's not Minnesota, but it's good building blocks.
I actually like Kevin Stefanski. I think that he just had a lame duck up there in Cleveland. And, if there is a team that kind of fits what he wants, I mean, you got the stud running back, you got a stud tight end, you got question marks at quarterback. I mean, it's the perfect team for someone like Kevin Stefanski.
I did like the hire. I know some people here or in Atlanta didn't like it, but I think it's a much better hire than what you've had.
I like it. I thought it was. I forgot they got Stefanski. Actually, that's a good point. But Forrest, but it's way better than Morris. He should be much better. Okay. Do you guys have any answers here for? I meant to hit this a minute ago. Sorry. Quick pop in. Bad joke of the day. Did you know that the best tool to measure a Joey is a kangaroo?
I love it.
I love it, dude.
Peter.
Atlanta Falcons fans are happy. Okay. Well, the crown jewel of your division, the Carolina Panthers, made some big moves. They also got Rasheed Walker on a $10 million deal, which was shocking. They did lose Dowdle, but they re-signed Isaiah Simmons. They got Jalen Phillips. They got Devin Lloyd. They got Rasheed Walker on a cheap deal, and then they got John Mechie. And Phillips was the highest paid free agent this season.
Which I don't get.
Yeah.
Yeah, $30 million a year is a lot. But Walker at $10 million, I would have been happy if the Packers would have given him that. He was a good pass blocker. I thought he was going to get like 20 to 25 million a year. They got him on a super cheap deal. And I think it's like with incentives, it could be 10 million. So they got kind of lucky on that one. I don't love them losing Dowdle. I thought he was good for him, but you got Chubba Hubbard.
And also, they did just trade Andy Dalton right before we went on.
Big time move.
That's a huge move. What'd they get for him?
They got a 7th rounder, and they traded him to Philly. Yeah, I mean,
and the red rifle just keeps moving around,
I mean, let's be real. He's good to start like 2 or 3 games when Bryce Young is hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Panthers are.
I love it. Oh, can you?
I think the Panthers probably deserve a B for this. They've done a solid job. They overpaid for Phillips, which everybody agrees on.
Yeah.
But bringing in Porter to replace Mays at center, I think that's an underrated offensive line.
Mhm.
I really like that offensive line.
At
And
least
then
they got,
defensively,
and they got a different backup
I love
QB.
Devin
But
Lloyd.
oh yeah,
I
Devin
love
Lloyd.
I love the Devin Lloyd pickup, and I like the Walker pickup for the price. You
Mhm.
continue to beef up your own line. You get a good pass protector. I was sad he left by. It's just another hole for my team to figure out. I think this is good. I think they're continuing to improve. If the weapons keep surrounding Bryce Young with more, he started to
Mhm.
look a little bit better last year. Could
Well, I
be the
think the
team.
Leggett
I
pick
don't know.
probably isn't looking as good as it did the first year, but McMillan looks like a stud going forward, so they hit on that
Yeah,
one.
and Coker looks solid. If Jatavion Sanders, they need a tight end still, but you got the running back. You don't have a two-headed monster anymore, though. But you got the running back. You've got, like you said, Tet looked amazing,
Mhm.
which I was kind of hoping he would. Good for him. So we're gonna see.
Yeah. Well, we finally get to see Jonathan Brooks play this year. I mean, it's like he's taking the J.K. Dobbins path.
Yeah, maybe it was just like he got redshirted twice kind of deal. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if he has anything.
I think they're gonna have to draft a running back because I don't think he does. But um, Pitch was saying in the comments, let's do the Bucks. What'd you guys make of them? Bringing in Anzalone, they got
I
Gainwell.
mean, they lost Mike
re-signed Ott-
Evans, which will hurt anybody.
Yes.
They brought in Kenneth Gainwell, which is a good move, and they also re-signed Cade Otton. But like he's saying, I mean, the Axel Anzalone, I know I just butchered his name. That is a solid deal, and I really like the Ashawn Robinson one. But also at the same time, this is a team, in my opinion, that is actually starting to regress some because they're getting up there a little long in the tooth on a lot of their key positions. They're getting older, and I think that they're going to be not necessarily at the bottom of this division, but I would say that they will be definitely in the 3-2 at the highest. Jake Browning is a good backup quarterback, but overall, I give this a C+.
They did lose Rashad White as well. Their pass block. Their pass.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Getting
I
Gainwell
liked
over
him.
Rashad White.
Really? Yeah, I liked him as the pass catcher. It was a fun
I
little.
mean, you're
They did
bringing in a
lose.
guy that caught 73 passes last year, though.
They did lose Jamal Dean and Logan Hall too.
I think Kenneth Gainwell is an upgrade over Rashad White.
They brought in Robinson. They brought in Muhammad. They re-signed Cade Otton. They lost Mike Evans, lost White, lost Dean, and lost Logan Hall.
Yeah.
This site gave them a C-. I think that's a flush C because Mike Evans is such a big loss.
I'll go B- because I think you've been drafting
So?
and preparing for losing Mike Evans. You knew this day was going to come.
Well, he's 33 also.
Yeah, I mean, you've got plenty of guys. McMillan, just Godwin's still there. I mean, Abuka you're fine at receiver. So,
and with all these players that's names begin with the A, I mean, do you call this the A team?
And you were right. Gainwell was actually pretty good last year. So I liked White though. He's a really good pass catcher, but Gainwell might actually be an upgrade. This might be this. It sucks though because I think the locker room thing, when a guy's been there over a decade, can be the presence can be a loss.
Yeah.
And the year before, when he was healthy, he was still really productive.
Oh yeah, he'll probably be great in San Francisco, but I just think you've spent so much draft capital on receiver. You don't need to keep that guy.
Yeah. What else we got? We got Atlanta, Carolina, Tampa,
Saints.
Oh yeah, that's why I can never think of that.
About the Saints.
It's the Aints. I gotta ask you guys. So they signed Likely. They bring in Tremaine Edmonds. I think they had a good offseason. They brought in Darnell Mooney. Calvin Austin, that one's not huge. They brought in Greg Newsome though and Ricard. They only really lost. They lost. Or no, wait. What am I doing? Wrong team.
I was about to ask you, what team are we on?
Sorry. I was like, that's
Giants?
not right.
Yeah, that is the
that was the
Giants.
Giants. The Giants. They signed Travis Etienne. And they brought in Noah Fant. They got Keaton Ellis. And they brought in David Edwards. They really only lost Taysom Hill, no big deal anymore, in my opinion. Demario Davis and Cam Jordan. That feels like a big jump for me.
I love what they did, which I hate to admit that. But I thought Shug looked really good last year, and towards the end of the season,
he does.
You
This
needed to
could be
replace
fun,
Kamara.
man.
Well, I mean, in the next couple of years, they're going to be drafting his replacement too. I mean, he's up there in age already. I mean, he's what, one of the oldest
25,
rookies.
26,
Yeah,
26
exactly.
maybe?
I mean, no, the Saints did a really good job. You look at the two-headed monster they got. Ty Chandler is actually a pretty decent change of pace back with another pretty good change of pace back. I mean, oh, wait, they both had the same game. And then you're pairing them with Alvin Kamara. You know, it's really just three guys that are the same player in three different bodies. You know, I don't really understand the David Edwards and Dylan Raduns. I mean, they've been using so many draft picks on their offensive line in the last few years, but the one thing that they really needed to do was they needed to get younger, and they did that. They got rid of Demario Davis, who is now up in New York. You know, the Honey Badger is no longer there. They got Julian Blackman coming back on the deal. They got younger and more athletic with this this free agent class, and Noah Fan is actually a really good tight end too. So, you know, they might do some double tights. I don't know, but yeah, no, this is definitely out of all four of the teams. I think this is the best team as far as like free agency goes. How good would it be?
I think
Yeah,
this.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
about what I'd give them. Oh, one other loss, though, and because I'm a Tennessee fan, I have to mention it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Alontae Taylor has really turned into a good cornerback for the Saints, and
Good one.
he left and went to Tennessee. So that's a big
went back
physical
home.
corner that you lost. So that probably brings it down to a B for me.
That's fair. I'm gonna go B or B plus. You're right. I should have brought up Alontae Taylor. Good stuff, Seth. Man, you guys together. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. I think this division's been far better in free agency than the NFC North. It's a little bit lesser of a division, obviously, but they had more money to play with. But I think the ETN move, he looked good, especially last year. He could do really well with Shuck. I think that makes it a B for me, but I like what they did. We're gonna find out, man. Shuck is older, but he surprised last year. We're gonna see. This year will be interesting. Year 2 is always where you get a really good feel for what a quarterback's going to be. Okay.
I think Kamara is pretty much done at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. Maybe if he can be complimentary back, maybe, but I think he's lost a lot.
Trade him how you can.
That's what I would do. Med, do you want to hit some of the big teams now? We're 40 minutes in. We've knocked out 2 divisions. Or you want to crush? Okay, let's hit.
We can do winners and losers if you want.
Let's do winners and losers for Pitch Grid Podcast. Were the Chiefs winners in free agency, or were they losers? I'll let you guys go first. I'll be nice and go last. Just for pitch.
Get my notes.
Yeah, I can tell you who they got. Hold on. AFC.
Well, I know that they got Kenneth Walker, and I know that they got Tonga.
I think they're a winner just for picking up Walker. You had to fix that running back position, and
they did lose. What about
at the end of the season?
What about Trent McDuffie though?
That, I mean, obviously that's a huge loss.
Well, they lost both of their starting cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's going to be a huge thing. And we were talking about this with another real big Kansas City Chiefs fan. I mean, that's huge. You have a division where there's some really legit receivers on there. And I mean, you look at what Denver just did with the Jaden Waddle, who are you going to have cover him? You definitely need to go cornerback with your first pick. And I don't really think there's really any real studs as far as cornerback goes in this upcoming draft.
I just feel like Kansas City's done this so many years where they pick guys, mid to late rounds and plug them in at corner, at safety. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be as good as McDuffie, but they'll find somebody.
I still maintain I don't think the Chiefs are making the playoffs. I think that they are in a rebuild kind of thing, but it's like a retooling that the Patriots went through when they weren't quite. It was they got Randy Moss and they made a Super Bowl or two, but it took them a decade to win another one. They won the 3, and then they had to get some new guys up in there. And I think Kelsey is seriously aged. He was still 3rd in tight end yards last year, but he's not the same. I don't know what they're doing with Rashee Rice. He's got some more domestic problems. I like Walker. He's a good running back. They needed that badly, but I still think they need more at receiver. Their guys are tiny. They get hurt every 2 seconds. The offensive line needs some tooling. And I don't think Mahomes is going to be 100% week 1. He might even miss a couple seasons. or a couple games. I think that's why they brought Justin Fields in. But I do like bringing Fields in on the cheap. I thought that was a slick little move. I just think you lost. Seth, you said it. They do get corners in there, but it's going to probably take them a year or two to be on the same level as McDuffie and Watson, especially McDuffie. He was second team All Pro just the year before. And if they'd been a solid team this year, he probably would have made another Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
You lost Hollywood Brown. You lost Pacheco, which isn't a big deal. But you lost your two starting corners. You lost Cook. You lost Leo Chenal. I'm okay with bringing Taekwon. I mean, that's not a huge deal. Bringing Kelsey back is good. Tonga's solid.
At least they got rid of Juwan Taylor finally.
Yeah, they did lose Jawan Taylor. They needed
you can
to
go do false starts elsewhere.
Yeah. So the Fields trade, I thought it was slick. They needed somebody knowing that Mahomes may miss a few games.
What were the numbers on that deal?
Yeah, what was he traded for?
Oh, so basically with the deal, the Jets will end up paying $7 million of the guaranteed money that is left, while the Chiefs will be hit with $3 million. And in that trade, you have Justin Fields going over there for a 6th round pick. So in my opinion, the Justin Fields trade is actually a pretty good trade. You only want him to play for about 3 or 4 games.
And I agree with Pitch. Hollywood was hurt a bunch. The other signings were decent, but you lost your entire starting cornerback room. That's going to take a minute. You've got a lot to figure out receiver. You've got a lot to figure out on the offensive line, in my opinion. You've got to figure out something at tight end. Noah Gray is not a replacement plan. It's just a retooling. It's going to take a few years. Like, yes, they could make the playoffs, but to get back to contender status, Walker was a start. Now you got 2 first-round picks, though. If you go get a Jeremiah Love, this offense could look stupid good. Or you go get a corner. That would be great. So we'll see. Any other thoughts on the Chiefs? I'm playing it for Pitch. I know
you are.
He's a big Chiefs fan.
Yeah, I like the Gilman signing also, like the guy mentioned. I thought he was a good sign at safety.
Yeah, that was a good one. I think they've got more offensive questions than defensive right now, even though they need to hit corner. But Seth said it. That's a position that they always do well with. So I think they will. I think they've got a lot to figure out on offense. And I don't think the answer is Tyreek Hill. Don't bring him back.
No, do not do that.
He's lost 3 steps. He's lost 3 steps. Don't do it.
No,
they got enough domestic
the Chiefs
problems.
did not have a bad free agent.
Exactly.
I'm not shitting on their free agent draft class. I mean, they brought in some key players. I mean, you look at Tonga, that came in from the New England Patriots, and then of course Kenneth Walker III, and then you have Amari DeMercado, who is coming in from Arizona, who is a pretty decent running back. He was
I thought he looked pretty good.
And he was a star in Louisville. It's just, Gannon was not exactly the nicest person to him. But, there are definitely some pieces, and this is the way the salary cap is. I mean, you're going to have your moments where you're going to hit a little bit rough patch, and but overall you still have a good team. I'd definitely give you a B+ on your free agent class. I just think the Raiders did better.
They actually gave the Chiefs a C, and that's where I'm going. I'm going to go C because I like Walker, but you lost your 2 best corners and you lost some other pieces.
No, I could agree with that.
I think they need more depth at running back. They should cut Hunt. He has nothing left. I like Walker. DeMarcado's decent. Love would be pairing with Walker. That room would be stellar. But I think they need receiver and corner even more.
You know how pissed Walker would be if they brought in a guy like that to share carries with him.
After Charbonnet.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
I think it'd be perfect because he's been hurt. He's been banged up so much in the past. This would be great. He could be the 1A, 1B, recreate the Lion situation. The Bears did this. A lot of teams. Your Falcons are a rare team where you guys had 2 dudes, but Bajan is so good you didn't even need to give Algier carries.
Yeah, that's true. That's what you want.
No,
but a lot of teams do the 1-2
punch. I would have liked
Algier
up in Chicago, so
that would have been fun.
Yeah.
You want to hit the Raiders, Matt?
Well, I mean, it's kind of crazy what happens whenever you have a Knicks trade that everyone was sitting there thinking, oh my God, it's going to happen. And you go out and you spend all this money on all these improvements everywhere else on the defense. And then you get arguably one of the best, if not the best, pass rusher in the league right now, back with them. So, I mean, you look at all the upgrades they did. They got one of the better centers with Tyler Linderbaum, who will be hiking it off to Mendoza next year.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for a center.
It is a ton of money, but I mean, he's in good hands, and you can move Jackson Powers over to the guard position, which is more natural for him. But Nakobe Dean, great pickup. Malcolm Kunch was actually a pretty decent defensive end for him. And, of course, your boy Quay Walker is back there reuniting the Georgia linebacking core.
Trying to take the Eagles philosophy.
Get
all the Bulldog players.
Just get all the Georgia players.
This is the best free agency I've seen. Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker. You got Geno up out of there. Eric Stokes actually panned out for the Raiders after the
I mean, Geno Smith getting ousted is, that takes it up a whole letter by itself.
A+, let's go. They actually gave him an A+, and I would too. This is perfect.
I went with A-.
You got Pete Carroll and Geno on up out of there. I got to go A or A+. When you consider, and it's no slight of Pete Carroll, when he was younger, great coach, and he looks young, but he's in his mid-70s. You got old man Carroll out of there. You got Geno out of there. I think they are an A+. This was an excellent free agency.
Hey, John, what do you think the Raiders did?
Give them a grade.
To give the Raiders? Oh no, we've been reading them.
If he says C, I love John, but he better be fair here. The Raiders had a better free agency than the Chiefs. You have to be able to admit that.
Oh my gosh, not even close.
As far as this particular division goes, I will say if we go winner loser in the division, I would definitely say that the Chargers are the loser in this division.
Yeah, I agree.
But because they really didn't do anything. And
Mack.
They brought in some other pieces and stuff like that, but they just upgraded their offensive line. And what else did you do?
What I don't get is they spent the 10th most money in free agency. So what did they spend it on?
Where's Keenan Allen? He played great last year. I would love my team to take a flyer on this guy. I know he's 33, but he looks ageless. I think he's like Mike Evans, where he could keep producing. It's based on route running, which matters in the NFL.
John?
No. I don't know. I guess he's still a free agent, but I feel like they're fine.
He's at a B+, not with losing both their corners. But yeah, you're right. The Raiders had me. I agree.
Most of their moves are offensive linemen.
Yeah,
and Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, Trey Lance.
Yeah,
he's
former third overall pick, bro.
Yeah, I if I was the Chargers, I would. Oh well, man, that's a big loss and losing. I knew they were going to lose Harris, but I don't know why they're not bringing Keenan Allen back. He was great last year. He faded a little bit down the stretch, but he started.
You just drafted so many receivers. You just are
I guess
loaded there. Trey Harris, Lambert Smith, all these guys kind of showed some promise last year.
Yeah,
but even Quentin Johnston played a lot better last year than he had played. So.
He did. What do you guys make of the Broncos?
The Jaden Waddle trade is a little bit of a mixed bag for me. I'll let Seth go with it because he was ready to fire in there, and I just cut him off.
No, you're fine.
Go for it, dude.
I mean, basically, that is the only notable thing they've done. The Waddle move. It's an upgrade, but I don't know if it's a huge upgrade at wide receiver. I felt like they were fine with Franklin and Sutton last year, but you're talking about just razor thin on these teams that are like right up there at the upper echelon. So I think Waddle is a little bit of an upgrade.
And it's at a position they really needed for Bo Nix. You can say what you want about Bo Nix, but I mean, he did get the team. He got into the AFC Conference Championship. It wasn't just him. Obviously, it's a stellar defense. That roster was stacked, but I thought they
would go into running back, though.
I didn't think bringing back Dobbins is the right move.
No,
I didn't either.
Years on $20 million.
Yeah, that's a weird move because you got the rookie. I would just rolled with him and probably drafted another kid.
There's so many guys that could have brought in.
Me and Matt talked about it on the phone before, Seth. I called him before you got over there, and I just thought the Waddle thing was an overpay. But bringing him in and you still have Cortland Sutton and now you have Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant, I like that receiver room a lot better than without Waddle. And that was the one position I was thinking they needed to spend at
Yeah.
on offense this offseason.
Well,
So
yeah,
they,
I mean,
I wouldn't have brought Dobbins back at that money. I would have ran Harvey, but they like him. So yeah.
he still runs hard, but the guy gets
What
hurt
was it?
constantly.
What was it? 3 years, 20?
Something like that.
I want to say 2 years and 20.
Let me look.
Too much.
Because
Yeah,
that's
2 years 20.
Yeah, that's way too much for that injury prone dude. That's another guy that deserves his agent, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think a guy like Algier would have been great there because Harvey's more of a pass catcher, smaller running back. So
He hasn't played 15. He played 15 games his rookie season. He's only hit double digits since. How in the heck did he get $10 million? Oh, 2 years, $16 million. That's still too
I
much.
mean, when he was healthy and his knees were actually together, he did run the ball really well. But he ran the Chargers free agent class into a D- for me.
I mean, it's hard to question much that Peyton is doing in Denver, but they just didn't spend much money. So
Oh, we're talking about Denver. Shit, I was
Sorry.
looking at Chargers. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Broncos were at C. So,
I agree. Hey, what other teams did you guys have as winners? Let's just talk. Let's just have some fun with the rest of
Commanders for sure. I thought the Commanders did a pretty solid job. I mean, they spent a lot of money, but they had to.
The Commanders.
I actually like the Giants too.
I
think they did great by just really getting a great coach in John Harbaugh, and then they just fucking put the gravy on the biscuit for the rest of that. So
I like Isaiah Likely. That's a good move at tight end.
yeah, I love that move.
Finally gets a chance to start.
I thought the Commanders and the Titans. Those are both good.
Patrick
the
Ricard.
Titans. Not just for Sam, who I know is watching the wings, but the Titans I thought had a great free agency. I like that they went for.
I think so too. I actually like the pickup of Wendell Robinson for only $78 million. You look at some of the other moves that they did. I get the
Monte Taylor at corner. I mean, they made some really good moves. Tennessee's on the up and up for sure.
Well, I'd hope so.
I think Cam Ward might have it, and I thought Wendell Robinson was a great pickup for him. I'm sad the Giants that they lost him, but I thought that was excellent. Any other winners? I thought the Giants. I really like what they did. Losing Wendell sucks, but
the Rams.
The Rams didn't need much, but when you add a top-notch,
see, they've got the Chiefs. This is why I gave the Chiefs a C, because their corners were good. They were very good. And the Rams were like, hey, we got weaknesses. We'll take both of y'all starting corners, their only weakness. And they re-upped on Cam Curl, and all they lost was Jimmy G and Tutu Atwell and McCreary. That's great. Yeah. This team just kind of closed the gap on the Seahawks. They might be the team to beat now, honestly.
Their GM just does a fantastic job. He used to be with the Falcons as an assistant GM, and I wish we would have kept him.
I agree.
I also like what the 49ers did. They brought in not only Christian Kirk and Mike Evans, but they also brought back Dre Greenlaw to pair up with Fred Warner again. So I'm looking forward to that. And also defensive. Well, I guess you can't really say standout because it's Dallas Cowboys, but O'Shea. Dig his
we got to talk about them. I don't know what the Cowboys are doing. They made some weird moves.
Cowboys are always making weird moves.
That was a good pickup for them. I don't know why'd they trade him. You just decided to commit to your defensive line, and then you probably let your best defensive lineman go. Why do that? I'd rather have Osa than Rashawn Gary, honestly. Med, do you agree with that? I thought he was their best defensive lineman.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
I agree with that. I mean, I think that was actually a good 1-2 punch in the middle too with Osa and Williams.
Yeah,
to be honest,
yeah, it was.
Doesn't fit our new scheme. I mean, maybe I don't know. I just think they need players up in there. That defensive line, that was the one area of that defense that was starting to listen. I don't know.
Well, they were in a horrible cap situation, so that affected some of the moves they made.
Yes,
restructuring the deals of Prescott and I think Lamb also. So you're pushing a lot of money to next year.
So you had the 49ers. That was a good one with Mike Evans and Osa.
Mhm.
And all they lost was Jennings and Brian Robinson. No big deal. Brought back Tongays. That's great offseason. So the Seahawks are probably a loser in a second, but the NFC West did pretty well because the Cardinals got out of Kyler Murray. The Rams did well. The 49ers did well. Seahawks at least won a Super Bowl, so you got that to fall back on.
Yeah.
Any other winners? Sorry, Seth, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that
My bad.
division as a whole, it's just gotten a lot better, and it's already a brutal division. It's right there with the NFC North. I mean, they're just loaded.
Oh, yeah, it's stacked. It's like you might have all 4 teams at 9 wins, like the NFC North last year. You might have everybody with a winning record.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any other winners before we hit losers?
Daniel Jones' attorney definitely would be. That's a winning team right there. I will tell you right now. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't do much, but I think the Texans improved a little bit. I'll probably call them a winner. I mean,
there's a
I like the
team.
Texans, what they did. And like he said earlier, I mean, you look at what the Commanders were able to do. They didn't hit like a specific hit, but I did like the Odafe Oweh pickup, to get a good pass rusher right there as my lungs go out.
No, you're good, man. I know it's getting late there. Sorry.
Well, if you pair Woody Marks and David Montgomery, that's a pretty good tandem. And then bringing in Reed Blankenship from the Eagles, I mean, that's already a loaded secondary. So
This
they
is
could just
interesting.
get CJ Stroud playing again.
Fine, exactly. That's going to be the Ravens. They gave them a winning grade after backing out of Max Crosby because they got Trey Hendrickson. They brought in Jalen Hawkins. They re-signed a Wouzier. They got Huntley. They did lose Linderbaum, and Likely, and Ricard and Hopkins, but Hopkins was aging. And they still have Mark Andrews. Linderbaum hurts. I don't know if I agree with an A- for the Ravens, though. I like Hendrickson there.
That does seem a little high.
I would go B with that. Wouldn't you?
They might have the best group of safeties in the league now with Starks, Hamilton, and Hawkins, though.
Yeah, the Ravens
are pretty solid back.
They're gonna have to figure out their O-line. I agree with Pitch, but the defensive line, the defense has got a lot of talent. I don't know. They're an interesting team. If Hendrickson comes back healthy, that's going to be stupid good. What about the Bills? Bringing in DJ Moore, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Bradley Chubb, re-signing Connor McGovern, only losing Joey Bosa, Edwards, and Rapp, and they got Geno Stone as well. That feels like one of the better grades. What do you guys think on that one? For a team that didn't have a ton of money, I thought they did pretty good.
I'd give them a B. I mean, getting Chubb over Bosa, I mean, that's...
And a lot of people don't realize that, you look at Bradley Chubb, a lot of people are like, well, he wasn't really that good. No, he had 19 and a half sacks in the last 2 seasons playing for Miami. And let's be real, bless you. Miami was not exactly the greatest defensive team. They didn't have the greatest defensive anything. And, their defense was their offense and scoring a ton of points. So I think the Bradley Chubb thing it's a high risk, high reward type situation because, yes, you don't know what you're going to get 100%. But DJ Moore, I think, is going to explode. If you have him on your fantasy team, you better make sure you get him on your fantasy team.
Yeah, and I freaking trade him away because he's looking overlooked in Chicago. And now he goes to Buffalo, and his biggest competition is the remains of Brandon Cooks or what the heck is Shakir. Oh, man, that's tough.
Keon Coleman.
Yeah, exactly.
Bummer, who they might cut yesterday.
But also one other player that the Bills got that a lot of people don't really remember is Geno Stone, who just 2 years ago led the AFC in interceptions with 7.
Yeah, he took a step back this year, but 2 years ago he was a stud. So.
If they can go get them another receiver in the draft, and Shakir could play the slot like he belongs, or Coleman could wake up, or the tight end. Kincaid started playing a little bit better, but if they just had a decent receiving core there, like the pass defense was first. You've got Josh Allen and the number 1 ranked rushing attack. If you can just get the receivers to play a little bit better, or anybody to tackle in the defense, this feels like the team to beat in the AFC, if not Denver. Like, I just think New England's going to fall off, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean Gardner Johnson definitely brings some physicality, even though he's been with
Yeah.
20 teams the past 5 years.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
I
true.
mean, I think they're
Um,
right there back in the mix now.
what about the Bengals? They gave them a B plus for losing Trey Hendrickson and Osai, but they re-signed Risner, but they got Boy Mafe and Brian Cook. Do you guys agree with that?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
I would go C plus.
Mafe, he had
I
2
like
sacks
Mafe.
last year. Evidently in Cincinnati, if you have 2 sacks, that rewards you with a 3-year, $60 million contract.
His agent did a great job.
Yeah.
It's like it's like almost 20 million a sack.
Yeah, exactly. It's inflation, and Jonathan Allen, I do like Jonathan Allen. It does beef up the middle and everything, and I think they did need that. But as far as every other move on here, I'm not really a big fan of. Yeah, you re-signed Orlando Brown Jr. to a 2-year, $32 million extension. Good on you, bro. But also at the same time, Joe Burrow already talked about he doesn't want to be in Cincinnati anymore. So let's just call for what it is. That is a C minus.
I mean, Brian Cook basically replaces Geno Stone, so I don't think he took a step back there. But
Yep.
yeah, I think a C. I don't really think you improved either.
I think the team that improved the most in the AFC North is by far the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are also one of the winners, I would say. I mean, you got Michael Pittman in a stunner of a deal. I mean,
that came out of nowhere. That kind of surprised me.
Yeah. Well, when your quarterback's Daniel, anyway, you basically trade him away for a 7th round pick in exchange for a 6th round pick. You got a really good receiver for a 6th round pick. So you look at that now. They got DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman. If they can get a quarterback that can throw the ball more than 15 yards, they got a hell of an offense, especially with Rico Dowdle as one of their new running backs.
Yeah. I don't know how we didn't already mention them. They definitely had a winning offseason or free agency.
There's a lot of teams I've got that we haven't hit yet. Like, yeah, they've got the Patriots at an A minus on here. They've got the Jets at a B.
How did
got
they
your
get an A
Steelers-
minus?
The Patriots?
Yeah.
They got Bayard, they got Vera Tucker, Draymond Jones. They signed Romeo Doubs, who I liked. Diggs they did lose, but he's got all that crap. And they only lost Chasen and Bradbury.
So I will say that Romeo Doubs,
Bayard led the NFL interceptions last year. Doubs is a good
he's
fit.
34. You think he's going to be able to do that again?
Probably
No.
not, but he was good
He's a bitter
last
Bears
year.
fan over
No,
here.
I mean,
Darren Tucker is good though, and Doubs is a solid pickup. He's decent.
Okay, so Vera Tucker, yeah, he's good if he's actually on the field. He's played 47 games out of 4 seasons. He's had 2 seasons
True.
where it's one of those things.
That's like, some of these grades are a little whack. I would give them a B.
Yeah, I gave
Diggs.
him a C, and I just
if Bayard plays it good again, that could be a perfect match for them.
Yeah,
And I
that's really
did
good.
call the Dubs move to New England. He's good at underneath stuff. They still are going to need one of those young guys to pan on the deep stuff. But Drake May can find if he has just this much room, he hits a deep ball.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's going to be how they come off that Super Bowl loss. Honestly,
I think they're still in the mix for AJ Brown too. If they were able to add that guy,
well,
oh my gosh.
that's going to happen post June 1st because it's a $40 million cap it now. Unless they get a effing amazing steal like Hall on draft night, I think the Eagles, if they do trade him, they're going to wait till June or July.
Yeah,
I think. But Med, yeah, I get it. Like I wouldn't go A. You go C. I go in the middle, B minus. Diggs had all that that strangulation stuff. He was probably going to get suspended.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Which
Dolph
is
over Diggs.
which is wild because he was their
I like
number one
Dobbs.
receiver. He was the number one receiver, and they cut him a year into a $3 million deal, and he helped them get to a Super Bowl. That was kind of weird on the Diggs thing. You know what I mean? That was odd. I didn't know that's such a
I
weird
feel like
situation.
Diggs is just kind of a cancer. I don't know what it is with wide receivers, but I'm fine with that.
And it's weird because he seemed to help that team all season.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
solid.
all this crap came out. It was weird. Did we hit the Jets? We did, right? No.
I don't think we got into the Jets.
no, we did
I
not.
thought they did
But
pretty well.
Mika Fitzpatrick. I don't know how a team that gets Geno Smith gets a winning grade, but they did bring in Minka Fitzpatrick, Demario Davis, Nashawn Wright, Joseph Asai, re-signed Brees Hall, who that's against his will, and Cisco. But they did lose Jermaine Johnson, Barrett Tucker, Quincy Williams, and Tony Adams.
Yeah.
That does feel like they brought in. That feels like
I
a
mean,
B-ish.
overhauled the Jets, I'm sorry, overhauled the defense, and I think they really improved there. But yeah, the Geno Smith thing is a little head scratcher.
That's a fun one. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
It's
that
great,
a lot.
great for a young team. Perfect.
Med, do you go? What grade would you go there?
What would I give them?
Yeah, the Jets.
I'm definitely not higher than any of y'all.
I'll go B- on the Jets.
I'm gonna go B- because I'm Geno Smith is the reason, but the rest of it I like a lot.
Yeah.
Mika can still play.
I went with a D.
Oh wow, you're really
Yeah,
down
no.
on it.
Okay, how are you going to sit here and you're going to tell me that their so they went from being a great defensive team that had Quinlan Williams, Sauce Gardner, and DJ Reed thus just last year, and they bring on all these old people. It's practically a retirement home on the defensive side of the ball at this point. Mika Fitzpatrick is 33. Demario Davis, the ageless wonder, is like 37. I mean, this is a quick fix. I mean, yeah, their defense looks good, and then you got Geno Smith that's going to throw 5 interceptions per game. I mean, the defense is going to be, of course, they're going to be good because they have to be there all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, no, Seth, my bad. I interrupted
Oh, that's
you.
no problem. I will say that I don't like how they haven't gone all in on a complete rebuild, kind of like the Dolphins. Like Med's saying, you're bringing in some older, high-priced guys, but at the same time, you're trying to rebuild. So it kind of is contradicting, but I don't think D is appropriate.
It's if you take Geno out, there's no way.
Okay, D plus.
Okay, ignore the Geno signing. What do you give them? I know the plan is probably to start Geno, which is stupid. But what do you make of the rest of the moves, Med? Because I like the rest of it a lot.
Let me look.
You're just hung up on the age thing, right?
I am very hung up on the
They
age
rebought
thing.
Brees
I
Hall,
understand bringing in some old folks to sit there and play. I mean, shit, I'm 45 years old. I'm an old folk at this point. But, let's look at some of these names. Yeah, Chukwuma Okafor. Who the fuck is that?
I mean, Onyemata from the Falcons, I can vouch that he's a solid player. So I like that one.
Okay, I will say Joseph Asai. That's a good pickup, and like you said, Onyemata.
But he's 33 also. So.
Yeah, exactly. Tavondre Sweat, who I was really high on when he first came into the NFL, and
that's a good question.
It's just
Todd Simpson. Oh, Pavia. Oh my God.
Med, you hit it on the Steelers. I want to talk more on them in a second. They made some fun moves. I don't like a plan to start Geno, and this is poorly run teams bother me because they'll have one off season that's good, but like Seth really nailed it. You got to lean into the full rebuild. Like the Dolphins right now, I get you don't want to lose your running back that's good, and he's young, so I understand that you don't want to lose everybody, but lean fully into it. And then they bring Malik Willis in, who looked good, and it's just like, dude. And then you give him
Ohio State fan too.
Yeah, I think so too. This is a fun question. Are the Jaguars going to trade BTJ?
I could definitely see that. I mean,
like I did in Dynasty. They would have what's his face? The guy that's going to play both ways, but more corner.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah, but they had some other guys, young guys looking.
Yeah, they're fun.
I'm just drawing blanks. The kids are just taking all the energy out of me. Parker Washington and Jacoby Myers, and then you still have Travis Hunter.
Parker Washington.
Washington looked great at the end of the season.
And you still have Myers, and you have Travis Hunter that can play some receiver too.
Yeah, they're fine at receiver. I mean, I think they'll give Thomas one more season to see if he bounces back.
I think so too.
I mean, that was a first-round pick. I wouldn't give up on him after one season.
Well, and he looked great his rookie year.
Oh yeah,
he just was injured and looked distant. There must have been more. There must have been more this year. He must have been mad with the way he was being used or something. It must have been more than just injury because he was awful this year. But he was great. He was great rookie year. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, really quick. You hit him for a second. The Steelers. You said they had a great. Are they the biggest winner in the AFC? If they get Rodgers, I mean, at age 50, 70, however old he is. Whether they bring Rodgers or not back before that, damn, this team did a lot.
especially on defense.
Yeah, man.
I mean, this
Jamal
is the best
Dean,
looking
Jaquan Brisker,
offense they've had in
Driscoll,
forever.
Savage, Joseph Day, re-signing
Agree, agree,
Asante Samuel. You bring in Pittman, so you actually have a number 2 receiver now. Finally, like you needed last year, and Jamal Dean, and then you brought in Rico Dowdle to pair with Jalen Warren. You fixed your offense and your defense. All you need, and Jonathan Smith, that's not too bad of a loss. Gainwell, you can bring Dowdle right in. He's an upgrade over Gainwell. You lost Duggar and Smolo. That's not that bad of a loss. Calvin Austin, you brought in a better receiver. A lot of their losses were they added at that certain position. So
No, I think you're right. I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers won the free agency on the AFC side, definitely. I mean, they
Mhm.
might have even won it for the NFL as we're sitting there talking about it. Close second,
right.
but I would say the Raiders at this point.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Raiders.
I think they're both A's. The Raiders only win for me because they lost Geno Smith and their coach, but I think the Steelers actually added more and did a great job. And if the Raiders bring in Mendoza, this could be a lot of fun. That division could become another division with no teams that are pushovers.
Yeah, I think that's a given with Mendoza. We'll see who the second quarterback taken is. Probably Ty Simpson, but we'll see.
Mhm. Yeah, we Seth, not tonight because we're already an hour 15, but we got to talk some draft very soon. All right,
yeah, we're getting close.
really quick, who are the biggest losers? Like legit, you can say one of my team, or I don't think
Falcons.
Colts.
Yeah, Colts.
it's really.
I didn't
How
like what the
did they-
Colts have done.
I don't
Hold
like what the Colts did at all. I mean, you
Interesting.
got rid of your best receiver.
That's true. Well, yeah, they brought Pierce back, but yeah, that's true.
That's a ton of money for Pierce.
I mean,
That was
yes,
a lot
he
of
had
money.
the highest yards per catch and everything like that for the past 2 seasons, but come on, dude. What the hell did Daniel Jones give him the same agent? Because they just committed grand larceny on these folks. I guess when Jim Irsay died, so did the brain trust of that team. I mean, come on, man. You got rid of your best, your leading tackler. You got, you re-signed. The only reason why Daniel Jones looks so damn good right now is because he has the running back right behind him. I can't think of his name right now. Jonathan Taylor. Thank you. And, other than that, he already knows how I feel about this little shit because he is not that great of a quarterback. He is below average. He somehow he could shit nuggets.
Do you have thoughts
They'll
on
think
this?
it's gold.
Tell us your thoughts, man.
Dude, he came from Duke. He's garbage. Yeah, his best season was his rookie year, and then you look at what he did last year, and everyone's like, "Oh man, he did a really good job." No, he didn't. He handed the ball off to Jonathan Taylor, and he tossed the ball to Jonathan Taylor. You take away a good running back, which he had in Saquon Barkley in New York, and he is garbage.
I thought he was solid in 24.
Hold on. Last year,
When
he did throw in 13 games. He did throw 19 TDs and ran for 5. That's not bad.
How many interceptions did he throw?
8.
Okay, because he's captain check down.
And he lost 3 fumbles, so he'd started fading at the end a tiny bit.
No.
But
The best thing that happened to him, he's tore his ACL.
but his rating was up to 100, and that start was
It's going to go down.
Yeah, I know, right? I
He
don't know.
played well enough to get a huge contract, just like he did that 1 year with the Giants.
Yeah, that's the reason they only gave him 2 years, though, because they're like, yeah, you're going to prove it.
Back.
Because we're not getting locked in for more than 2. The Colts are becoming a very unfortunate situation of quarterback purgatory since Andrew Luck. Like, they just can't figure this out. This was
Maybe
for
they
them.
need to move
This
gears.
was the best season of quarterback play they'd had since maybe Matt Ryan at age like 38, and this dude's in his 20s. So they were like, we gotta do it, and that's what happens in the NFL. And they gotta. The teams are starting to learn because of all this dead money you keep seeing with Kyler Murray's, with with Tua's, with Russell Wilson's, that you can't just toss money at the wind here, like the Packers even did with Love. At least the guy makes the playoffs, but you got to stop paying guys 15+ mil for one season. It's not working. Trevor Lawrence is another example of this. Even though they made the playoffs last year, he's going to hold that team back because he's Trevor Lawrence and he's a bust for the number 1 pick. He's just not that great. Daniel Jones is another example of everything can be perfect, and the best we're going to see from that guy is beating an overrated Vikings team in a wild card. That is the best version of Daniel Jones.
They basically made a slot receiver their number 1 receiver by giving Alec Pierce that money.
They did.
And
Pittman,
Josh Downs
Pittman,
is a solid receiver too.
But Pittman did really fade last year, so I don't know who was their number 1. They didn't. Their number 1 was Jonathan Taylor.
He's got Laquan Treadwell. Ooh,
yeah. What's crazy is the Colts spent the 3rd most money in free agency, and what do they have to show for it? Alec Pierce and Daniel Jones.
People that were already there. Garbage.
Yeah, they gave him a C-. They lost.
How many sacks did he have last year? Not enough.
Hey man, I'm actually happy with picking up Franklin. He's only 29. They lost him too, and that was one of the moves of the Packers' moves that I actually liked because I actually think he could be an upgrade. He's going to turn 30 soon, but he's been awesome the last few years. He had almost last year was a little bit down, but he had like 170 tackles 3 straight seasons. He was the tackling leader in 24. Like he's a good run stopper. They're going to miss him. So,
no, they're going to miss a lot of things next year.
Hey, they brought in Arden Key.
Oh my god! I mean, Colby Wooden. I'm assuming he'll be a starter at defensive tackle.
That team's a fun one. I got a question for you guys. What are the Jaguars doing? I think they're one of my losers. What are they doing? They lost Lloyd, Etienne, and Newsome.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of surprised me, but I think Etienne just wanted to go back home. I think it was a family thing, getting closer to home. But yeah, that had to have surprised them. I don't know. I mean, the Jags right now, I don't think anybody expected them to have the kind of season they had last year. I think they're on the upswing. I mean, not a great free agency, but I still think they're on the upswing. They haven't really done hardly anything as far as picking up players. Chris Rodriguez, I guess, will be fighting for the starting running back job with Tootin. So
Tootin is a beast.
Yeah,
I think Tootin is. My dad's big on him. I think he's going to be. I think he has a chance to take that job and maybe be awesome.
Losing Lloyd,
that was tough.
That's going to hurt a lot.
Yes.
And I think they lost a lot. They're definitely going to take a little bit of a tumble. I don't think that they will win. Well, South Colts.
What about the Dolphins? We talked about it earlier. That's got to be one of the biggest losers, unless Malik Willis is a franchise QB. Because you lost Waddle, Minka Fitzpatrick. That hurts. Tua, you needed to lose, so that might be addition by subtraction. But they lost Tyreek Hill, Chubb, Waller. That's just a lot of players.
I mean, I think they're fine just going complete rebuild.
You think they needed to? I kind of get it.
I don't really get
addition by subtraction.
Thing, but, I don't know.
Overall.
I think it's just going to be a terrible team.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Justin Fields in Chicago. But the fact, they just got rid of all the weapons. The only person that's left there that's a true weapon is Devin Achane. And,
I feel for him.
Yeah, it's going to be like a prison. He's going to feel like Breece Hall. Pretty soon next year, we're going to be hearing about how Devin Achane wants to get out of Miami.
Probably, unless Malik is just outstanding throwing the ball to scrubs. Because
I was about to say, your starting receivers right now are Tutu Atwell and Jalen Tolbert.
Get it.
They have a ton of picks. If they can get one really, the problem is it's just hard to get starters even at receiver in the draft. It can happen, but it's difficult,
Yeah. If this was 2027 draft, then I would feel great about receiver because there's so many studs coming out next year.
Yeah.
But this year, a little bit weak at receiver.
Yeah, you're pretty much top 3 and then it's over.
Why did they trade Waddle? I don't get that one. Why'd make that move? I get it because the capital they received, they were like, we're going to get a first and a third.
Yeah,
let's go. But you signed a QB. Why are you trading away his best weapon? Who's in his prime? Isn't Waddle only 26?
I think you're tanking. You're tanking for Arch Manning next year.
Yeah, you're going for that number 1 pick next year. And Pitch actually brought it up earlier, and this is because he thinks that I don't look at the comments. But the Miami Dolphins have 7 picks in the first 100.
Ooh. Well, that might be. You might have nailed it. If they hit the draft, they might. Seth, they might play their way out of the number one pick if they have a great draft because that is a lot of picks. And
There's a ton of picks.
if you hit them, you could be. I still think they're going to suck, though. I'm with you guys.
Well,
any
they're
other
going to suck hard.
Any other big losers? I think we talked about the Titans. They were a huge winner. Still might suck, but big winner. We talked about the Chargers being a loser. I think the Chiefs were a wash.
I mean,
We talked
Seattle.
Titans.
I would say
Texans were-
Seattle's a
Seattle's
loser.
rough.
Seattle was really rough. They didn't. And didn't they have money? They did. What are they
I
doing?
just think they're so loaded on young players. They've just drafted so freaking well. Just
And also with what they lost. I mean, we got Kobe Bryant. Woolen went to, I think, to the Eagles, if I remember correctly. I mean, they lost a lot, especially on the backside of that defense.
yeah. I mean, you
And
lost some solid secondary players for sure.
I think, the Eagles, Tariq Woolen went to the Eagles. I think that the Rams just surpassed them because Wilson's decent, but Walker was that engine on offense, especially in the postseason.
Yeah.
I don't trust Charbonnet. So now you're going to need a running back that's important for that team with Darnold. So that's a bigger loss than people think. I like the Shaheed re-signing. That's good. But you lost Woolen and Bryant and Mafe. Those are big losses. You can replace some of those, but they're going to have to hit at running back now because Wilson is not a starter. He's a complimentary
not
back.
until halfway through the season.
Yeah, so I don't love it for them. I love bringing back Shaheed. I think that's a good pickup. You've got the receivers, but now you got to hit at running back and corner. I think the Rams surpassed them. They had a great free agency.
Yeah.
I would say, even though the Eagles did make a couple moves that I do like, I would actually like a lot of people are putting them in the high C's. I think they're a little bit lower than that because I don't think they really went after what they really needed, and that's a pass rush. And I mean, they extended Jordan Davis out for a few more years, 3 more years. But you really needed to go out there. You haven't had a real big sack artist since even Josh Sweat, even if I don't really consider him a big one, but, he at least could put pressure on the ball. And the last couple of years, their defense just hasn't looked that great.
I'm with you. I mean, it did the Super Bowl run. I get it, but I love the Woolen signing. That's great, but I'm with you, man. They let Sweat go, and they weren't the same. And he made such a difference in that Super Bowl. That literally cashed his check basically because he had 3 sacks in that Super Bowl. But it wasn't just him. They had Mahomes running for his life, and it proved that if you can get that 4-man rush, the Seahawks were getting. It was more the Patriots' offensive line, but they were getting all over. They were all over him. Yeah, the pass rush man thing is huge. I think the Eagles are going to be a good team, but I don't think they're going to be outstanding. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they did enough, really to get up there with the Rams and the Seahawks.
But they got Andy Dalton.
Brought back Dallas Goedert, who had 11 touchdowns last year. But
yeah, that one was big. That
brought in Hollywood too. Hollywood Brown.
I'm not a big Hollywood guy.
It could be
as a number 1, no. As a number 3, yes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with AJ Brown. But I mean, if you lose AJ Brown, that offense definitely is taking a step back.
The Browns.
I think the Lions might be a loser. I don't like what they did. I think the Montgomery thing. I know we talked about them early on, but the Montgomery thing, he was kind of like a heart and soul kind of person on that team. And I love Gibbs, so he might just erase it because he's that great. But having that 1-2 punch at running back was important. And Montgomery might still, even though he's aged, he might still be good enough to start. We're going to find out. So I think that one
started the year solid, but then towards the end, Gibbs just completely took over.
And I don't know. I still think Montgomery's capable, so we'll see. I think the Cowboys are a loser. They were a weird team. We'll see about the Packers and Bears. We'll find out. But I think that's most of it seems. We pretty much talked to all of them now, I think, right? Sweet. Man, we did an hour and a half. It's pretty good, actually.
What do y'all usually average?
An hour.
Okay.
Hour 10.
Well, add a third person, added another 30 minutes.
Seth, you did great, man. Sorry I was a little off. I haven't done show in a minute, but you did great, man. Seriously. I'd love to do I'd love to do a draft special. We could we got to figure out how we want to do it, but we should do one soon. That'd be fun. You know your college more than yeah. You're on with that,
Oh,
man. That'd be
I'm
awesome.
all about a draft special. Y'all just let me know when.
Probably I'm gone my birthday weekend, so maybe either we can start loading them up next week or sometime in April. So we'll
Usually
talk
we
about
do
it.
a lot of mock drafts.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We're gonna try to start doing them soon. Last thing he said this really quick. Pitch, that'd be fun. Eagles aren't trading Brown. No one's gonna pay the price they want a first and more. Do you guys think AJ Brown gets traded?
I still think he does. I mean, I know they're asking a lot for him, but he
Mhm.
just seems unhappy there. You know, that offense, it just doesn't seem predicated around
Yeah.
what he does. You
Yeah.
know, he'll have a big game and then he'll disappear for a couple games.
And
I think
him
a lot
and
of
Jalen
it's
Hurts have been fighting. So
I think a lot of it's the offensive coordinator. I think if it's more conducive this year, but yeah, we're gonna see. I think they do, but I think it's gonna be after June because who wants to take a $40 million cap hit on a receiver? So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a top 10 receiver, but you know, he's just not putting up those kind of numbers in that offense.
They're gonna have to come down that price though. I don't think you're getting a first and more. But when I think of what the Dolphins just got for Waddle, I would probably rather have AJ Brown.
Yeah. Well,
They're gonna come down on that price.
which makes what the Steelers did so impressive. You know, you got Pittman for what was it, like a sixth?
a 6th-round pick, and you still got a 7th pick.
How dumb are the Colts? How dumb are the Colts, man?
You really want me to say that again? I mean,
Yeah. How stupid are the Colts? Are they the biggest losers?
And I like
oh, by far. I
Alec Pierce, but my gosh, yeah, that just,
How much did he get,
Oh,
man?
114 over
season?
4 years.
He got almost 30 mil a season. I forgot it was that much. Okay. I know he's a bigger receiver, but the dude in college and the NFL just barely hit 1,000 yards. Wow.
yeah.
You're also
That's
talking
way
about a
too much money.
difference of 5 games too.
He only had 47 catches too.
Hey, that's Midwest math right there. Let's go Colts.
Is that how much is that a catch? That's a lot of money a catch. Damn.
I can't do the
Well,
math.
my
Damn,
phone is over there, so I can't really do my.
Yeah, I
math
gotta math it. Man, you got anything coming up with anything else before we wrap? I've had fun.
Well, me and Goose will be talking about our favorite comic book storyline. So we'll be doing that, recording that this weekend, and yeah, pretty much that's what it is. And hopefully soon I'll be doing a movie one, so I'll be letting y'all know about that one as well.
Oh, I'll definitely check out the movie one.
Yeah,
I'm not a big
Heck
comic
yes.
guy, but
well, we do
I
games
get-
and comics and stuff like that.
Man,
But love it.
movies is my speed.
this was fun, man. I checked out part of your episode. I loved it. Seth, this was awesome. Yeah, we
Yeah,
should
man.
maybe we do a live mock. We could do a division.
fun.
We could do a little like preview on like what we expect the teams to do before we kick it in. Like maybe like our preview, like what we think we could either do the first round, or we could do a division. I'm a game for either way, honestly. We could do the first round. That'd be a lot of fun. We could just cycle it off. We could get a fourth guy, or we could just the three of us knock out
I was
10
going to
teams.
say the 3 of us would be fine.
I think the three of us would be good. We knock out 10 teams, and you two
Unless
can go out.
John wants to come on in and watch who I draft for the Chiefs.
I want you to get the Chiefs. Please take the Chiefs. Either one of us needs the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
John's like, I'm not answering that question. I know
We'll
he's
see.
there.
I'll
I
draft
know
the
he's
Falcons.
there.
They don't have any picks.
I know he's there. Yeah, I think we should do a first round mock. I think that's more fun than our teams.
Yeah.
We can do those on our own. All right, Seth, thank you, man. Good stuff.
Hey,
It was nice
good
to see you,
seeing
dude.
Yeah. Have a good one.
He says, why not me? No, we can either do it every fourth person. Like I would take like Seth will take pick 1, and then Med would have pick 2, and I'd pick 3.
That'd be
John
easy.
would have pick 4, and then we could just keep going, pick 5, 6, 7, 8. Or that's probably the easiest way to do it.
We've
Or
done
each of us-
divisions too, but
or just
I think
everybody takes.
I think doing it 1, 2, 3, 4 would probably be the best way to go.
It'd be easiest for me to keep track of too and
Yeah.
put it in there. That way, like whoever wants to start, and then we just keep going. I think that's easiest. And we could snake it. Like I could be, if I'm pick 4, then I pick 5, and we snake back. I don't care either way. But yeah, all right. So everybody, that to look forward to. We'll do it in April. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll do a first round. I'm excited for this draft, even though my team doesn't have a first rounder. But Med,
Same here.
yeah, Med, good stuff with Nerdcadia. Awesome. Go check it out on YouTube. Is it on Spotify as well?
Not yet.
Okay,
But it
cool.
can be.
This needs to go on there too. Seth, good stuff. Thank you for watching Pitch. I appreciate it. We'll talk dates soon. Everybody, thank you for watching, guys. This will be on Spotify tomorrow morning, and go check it out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and on all the socials, Twitter,
All the things.
Instagram, everything. But everybody, appreciate you guys. Good stuff, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Later.